out, takes these guys out, takes these guys. These are all different stop levels as we go higher, higher, higher. That's what you see when you have one of these vertical runs here. Look at that. I mean, this is pretty intense. This only took about 15 minutes, and this was 18 points, I believe. Um, so I think that was a short covering because you're getting your stops hit, right. But I think also the reason the market was rallying in the first place was people trying to get in. I think because we had Facebook earnings, we've got quite a few earnings coming out after close day, quite a few tomorrow at the open, and then of course we've got Amazon and so forth. So I believe that's what that short covering was for. So let's flip this out onto a longer time frame. Now let's go to like a 10-day chart. We're at 2770. This is 10 days, right? This is a pretty big move, right? So we got 70 points in 10 days. That's a pretty good move. And I have been, you guys remember from all the videos that I've been doing for the last 2 months at least, I've been bullish, 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 buy this rally, buy this rally, buy this rally. I'm kind of letting my foot off the gas a little bit here, saying, I don't know. 2850 is going to be a hurdle to get over, I think. And I think that we might test it, fail, test it, fail. I don't know how far we come back. It would make all the sense in the world to come all the way back here, or lower. I don't have levels in front of me right now, but that's what my if I had to guess, I would think I don't think we get through this, immediately without at least test and fail. Now we hit 2848 today, so we're basically there, right? I may be wrong. We may slice through this thing and just keep going. I don't know. And if you look at this on an even further time frame, put this in perspective. There's the all-time high. We're pretty close, right? Remember how much trouble we had getting through 2800? We tried it over and 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 over here. Finally got through it, and now we're just guns blazing here. And that is the reason that I kept saying for the last 6 or 8 weeks or whatever, get long, get long, get long, because we're going into earnings, and their backdrop was changing from all of this crazy stuff. I knew this was probably kind of over, right? So that made sense. Well, now at this point, if you look at this was, in my opinion, from here to here, that was an easy move, right? From here to here may take a little while to get past that. May take a little while, and it may not take that long, but we may have some of this along the way to get there. We may have back and fill, back and fill, back and fill. The one thing that I'm thinking, the same reason that got me so bullish to begin with was earnings. Everything's being driven by tech, and tech has just been really holding this market together. Honestly, let's just be honest. It's not, it's not the financials. Hasn't been the financials. Hasn't been the industrials. It's been tech leading the market, right? So with that same thinking, now we're about 40% through earnings season right now. We've got Amazon coming up tomorrow. We've got Apple next Tuesday, and so on and so forth. We still got a lot more to go, but what happens once all the earnings are gone? What's going to put the fuel in the tank to keep pushing us higher? And it could be we're reaching agreements on tariffs and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, that's some jet fuel right there. That'll help. But does that happen in a week or 6 weeks or 6 months? Does it happen at all? I don't know. Big question. So, I'm getting more and more cautious the higher we go. I'm saying tighten up stops. I've seen this before, and once you get to these extremes, sometimes you get the other side of that extreme, right? And I don't know if we're there yet or not. This is not a blow off top or anything like that. That was simply just short covering. So again, we've still got lots of earnings to go. We can still go higher. The higher we go, the more I think hurdles get thrown up above us. And the way that I'm playing that, I've got butterflies and trades out on the S&P out to September, October at like 2,900 and so forth. Higher, I've got one 2,950. And but I've also got some hedging on the downside and so forth. I put a hedge on today. I'll show you in just a minute. But while we're here, let's compare. Now the S&P, that looks, we're finally getting going again, right? Getting our footing and everything looks good, so forth. Check out the NASDAQ. Different story. This thing has been rocket ship on fire. Another new all-time high. We hit all-time high here, hit it again here, took it out 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 here. I mean, this is since the first of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 new all-time highs, 6, I guess here. But again, tech has been leading this rally the whole way up. Now, I have no idea what Amazon's going to do. I have a feeling that they're going to crush it and it's going to be great and all that kind of stuff. But Amazon has been on fire as well. So, again, makes me a little nervous. But the other thing I want to point out is if you haven't seen the Rut's kind of not participating lately, right? We were ripping here and then failed, rip, fail, small. No, I wouldn't even call that a rip. Grind higher and fail, I do think the Rut goes higher, but does it retrace before we do? I don't know. So in order of indexes that I want to be long, I'm probably backwards than most people. I would actually rather be long the Russell and probably the S&P second and the NASDAQ third. I'm not crazy about buying the NASDAQ here. With only a handful of big tech names left to report, and some they may be good, may not. I don't know. And with that being said, let me show you why if you haven't seen this. So that's what happened today. Facebook reported, and they continue to go down. They missed. They plunged nearly 10% after earnings, and it's still continuing to go down, right? 164. Now this may very well bounce tomorrow, and we may open up here and everything's fine. I don't know. I have a hard time believing it's going to recover that much from a plunge this deep, right? I have not had a chance to listen to any conference call or even anything about it, but this is not good for big tech, right? Now we had this surprise on the upside with Google that nobody expected. Big pop to the upside, big drop on Facebook. What's going to happen with Amazon? What's going to happen with Apple? So forth. Netflix missed, remember? So how is it going to play out for the rest of the techs? And that's kind of the only thing that's again making me a little nervous. I'm pulling up a chart over here. Give me just a second. So there was the Netflix miss, of course. Huge. Nobody expected that. Remember, they're going to crush it. Didn't expect that. We've got Google that did just the opposite. Boom. Nobody expected that much either. And then, of course, we've got Facebook going on right now. Yet to be determined where that's going to stop. But that looks pretty ugly, right? So anyway, I'm being pretty cautious here, and I'm not at all throwing in the towel saying, this is it, it's over. Not at all, because we still got plenty more names. And this again, Facebook can bounce. It looks like it wants to turn here a little bit. People will buy this dip. They have not begun to monetize, Instagram, and there's a lot of things Facebook has great going for them going forward, but this quarter, not happening this quarter, right? So again, we will see what happens. I think a lot of companies also are kind of priced to perfection, and the perfect example, you guys know that I am a fan of the defense stocks. I've traded them for years, 10, 15 years, and made good money over the years on. Look at Northrop Grumman. today. Reported this morning. Guess what? They reported great quarter. Let's see. Profit, tops, estimates. Let me get my drawing tool. Beat. They had a beat and raise, right? Stock dropped 20 bucks. And I'm scratching my head. Raise guidance, you know. I have not had a chance to listen or read the transcript yet. I don't know what was. Something in there spooked the market, you know. But again, kind of same thing with, Lockheed Martin reported on Tuesday. Same thing. Had a great quarter, and, stock kind of, at least initially, kind of tanked, and it really hasn't done much then. We got a couple of upgrades today, higher price target, so forth. These are today. Lockheed Martin price target raised to 412. We're sitting over here at 320 something. And these are just analyst projections. Here's one today, price target raised to 377 on Morgan Stanley, so forth. Overweight, etc. Blah blah blah. You guys know, you're probably tired of hearing me talk about these defense stocks because they hadn't done anything, right? And I can't figure out why. I mean, I know it's partially the tariffs and all that stuff, but again, keep your eyes on this sector. Raytheon reports in the morning. We shall see how they do. I suspect it'll be a great quarter. They kind of sold off into it. And lastly, while we're here, General Dynamics reported today. Great quarter, and they went higher. This is kind of the outlier, that they actually had a great quarter and it actually went higher like it's supposed to, right? That's how it's supposed to work, right? So anyway, that is kind of my take on that, at least that sector and the tech sector. Now again, tomorrow in the morning we've got Alexion, we've got Baxter, a lot of the drugs, Celgene, so forth. We've got Tractor Supply, TSCO, which I've actually traded that a lot. I like the store. It's just kind of cool store. But that kind of gives the pulse of the, at least rural America, spending patterns, all that kind of stuff. It'll be interesting to see what Tractor Supply does. But again, McDonald's, big one there. Southwest, LUV, Southwest. Yeah, Southwest. Sorry, I was thinking Delta and saying Southwest. But that will, if you saw the transports were all up today. So the market's definitely giving mixed signals. And I'm talking about the short term. So let me show you an idea of what I did today. Again, I was thinking that, at least from the S&P standpoint, I want to hedge something, and I did put a hedge on today, and this for a couple of reasons. I think we're kind of reaching some levels right here that we may stall out. I'm not turning bearish by any stretch, but I'm just saying, might we get into a little bit of this for a while, trying to get over 2850? Maybe. We'll see. But I set up a hedge today, and unfortunately, when I set the hedge up, it was during my time slot in the room, and I literally set the hedge up right here, and it went down. It started working. We were up I was up 300 bucks at one point, right? I put that on, and I was thinking, this is going to be cool. I'm going to be able to take this off by the end of the day if this thing keeps going. And then we got that short covering rally, and now I'm down pretty handily. But let me show you what I did. I'll show you the trade. I did a downward dog butterfly, right? It's at 2800. I centered the butterfly at 2800. I told you, I think that, so here's 2850. I think our playground now is 2800 to 2850. Now if we get through this in a meaningful way, if we slice through this and keep going, that's going to reset my parameters, and I'll probably go 2825 to 2875. But for now, I'm thinking 2800, 2850, that's kind of the arena we're going to be in the short term. If we bounce off that 2850, that will give us some swing trades back here. Now I will say this, understand what I'm saying. if we do sell off down here, I'll be buying, you know, the S&P at this level. But I think there's a chance we could go. I don't know that we get here, but the point is of a trade like this, I put this butterfly on. I went to 6 August because I wanted to give it enough time just to have this thing on once we get past next week's earnings. So we've got 2 days here. We've got all next week. That's the 3rd, and then out to August the 6th, which is a Monday expiration, right? And I looked at this Friday expiration, and it was like $3, and it was about $3. It only was 5 or 10 cents more to go out and cover the weekend risk for another 10 cents or something like that. So I did that. So anyway, here's a trade, and I'm down 500 bucks on it. But all I'm trying to do with a trade like this is to have one flush down here and make my money and get out, and then again I'm gonna switch gears and go long for the next ride back up here, right? So if we did, let's just humor ourselves and say we do flush down here to 2,800, I'll be up about 1,800 bucks on it. That'd be pretty good. I'm not trying to hold this for a pin. That's not what I'm thinking, that we're going to come down here and sit. I think we may flush down, and in reality, if we get down here to 28.20 tomorrow and I'm up 900 bucks, I'm out. Depending on how fierce the flush is, and we may not get a flush tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if the market flushes ahead of Amazon, but with Facebook doing what it's doing tonight, not looking good for the home team, right? I'm looking right now, the NASDAQ after hours is down 57 points. It'll be interesting to see what it does overnight. But anyway, I wanted to give you a concept here of a setup. If you were in the room and saw this, that's great. If not, you could take this idea and use it going forward. And again, if we stall out here, you can take this and move these strikes up. Just pick this whole thing and move it up 5-10 points. You can move it out further in time, etc. It just gives you a backstop if we were to flush down here. So I wanted to show you that as an idea. On this one, I paid I think I actually paid $310 or $315. I got like $3,000 of risk on it. If we rip higher and just keep going and never turn back, I'll have a $3,000 risk. I'm okay with that, and I can always add something up here to take care of that problem, right? So anyway, if you took this, we'll talk about it in the room. I'll be in the room tomorrow. I'm taking John's slot tomorrow. He's still out of town, and I'll be in the room at my regular time on Friday. So again, gonna be fun tomorrow and Friday. Really fun Friday with Amazon, all that kind of stuff. It will be awesome to see what goes on with that. We'll all be setting up trades for Amazon, I'm sure, tomorrow. But bring your crash helmets, because not crash. Bring your bring your helmets for the excitement, I guess. I'm not expecting a crash, but a little flush down would fit with what I think might go on, but we'll see. So anyway, I hope this helps, makes sense, gives you some ideas. Watch earnings in the morning, see what happens, and then of course we've got Amazon, and Friday will be a fun day. So with that, let me wind it up. Thanks for the time, and I will talk to you soon.